A lot of people they don't know that Isaiah is working at a call center, and he works USA hours, which means he starts work at about 2 or 3, and then he works right up to 11, maybe 12. And I'm super proud of my son, my eldest, because one thing that we want to see within our children is we want to see pieces of ourselves, especially the pieces of ourselves that we are proud of. And one thing that I pride myself on is my work ethic. I mean, I wasn't always the most responsible person, and I think my ex-managers would agree. When I was a youngster, I was wild. But one thing that I never did was I never took time off work. I wasn't somebody that was difficult to find, and my work was always done, and I would offer high quality work. I was irresponsible as a youngster, but I definitely took my job serious, and when I was at work, I was working, and that is something that I carry through now. Is my work ethic, and it's good to see those type of behaviors manifest in your children, because somebody that is not looking for excuses not to work, but somebody that is looking for excuses to work, somebody that is a solutions person, has got a solutions mindset. That is somebody that's always going to be positive, that's always going to find work. I hear every day on social media content creators talking about why they should not work. They're all looking for jobs. I can tell you now, everybody's looking for work until a work is presented, and then you must start hearing all the different type of excuses and reasons why they can't do that job. So it's good when you within your children you see good values manifesting. And although Isaiah is my eldest, he's busy studying now, he's working, he's paying his own way. He's obviously not paying for his studies, I'm paying for his studies. But hy vra nie vir my geld, he's very responsible. Me and Ethan, on the other hand, has developed a brand new connection. Ethan is now at that phase where he wants to gym, he wants to grow some muscles, and I remember when I was there, I was definitely there. I can 100% relate to Ethan. And Zaki is growing up to be such a beautiful, well-mannered boy. Zaki's a softie, but Zaki knows there's no requirement for him to be hard, because he has the backup of his two brothers, and his two brothers has the backup of me, and I have the backup of God, and on top of all of that, he's got a mama bear that will flip this world around for him. So Zaki is safe, and as I'm driving now to work and I'm thinking about all these things, I have to say, fatherhood for me is really amazing. It is the most fantastic and fulfilling thing that I have done in my life, to be a dad, and it's really something that gets me going. To sit in my car, whatever, in my bed, I lay in my bed and just think about how wonderful it is to have these three amazing men that is up and coming, and something that I pride myself on is that I'm trying to make the road as smooth as possible for them, because they're walking behind me. And that is why I do it with a smile. I do it with the willingness that's unmatched. I love being a father. I love being a husband. And all the things that goes with it, right? The fact that I must go to work today and to go and provide for them. Whenever I'm faced with a tough day at work, a challenge, I can always dip into that. That is my generator in life. That is my battery. That is where I go to recharge. I don't have feelings and ambitions of finding myself. I don't have feelings and ambitions of wanting to develop who I am, unless it doesn't mean that I'm going to become a better person for them. My entire identity is centered around being a husband and a father. And it's the most fulfilling thing. I love it. This morning, so me and Isaiah miss each other a lot, especially while he was working. Because by the time I leave, he's sleeping. And by the time he gets back from work, I'm sleeping. So this morning, I heard he was awake at about 5:30. And because that's the time that I wake up, 5:30, 5:45. And I told him, come lay by me. And the nice part was that, no question, he climbed in the bed with me like he did when he was at Zaki's age. And we had a little chat about work and his girlfriend and house things, his car. We had a bit of a catch up. And that is the most amazing feeling in the world. It's always weird for me. It's always weird for me how you get fathers that are not fathering. I'm not here to judge. I can't tell you you're a piece of shit. All I can say is that I cannot relate. I cannot relate to not wanting to know if my child ate this morning or how did he sleep. Zaki is sick now. Zaki's currently, he's got a little bit of a flu, and I took him to the doctor. Obviously I took his mom with, but I took him to the doctor. And I held his hand. And, and the feeling I get from that, to be there for my family, to be there for my kids, is unmatched. And a lot of people are talking around, I'll kill for my kids and I'll go to jail for my kids, but you can't do an 8-hour shift for your kids, man. You can't, I couldn't visit you. I couldn't get you. I was busy. I could never. I seriously do not and cannot relate to guys like that. You are weird as a man to be given the responsibility of life. And guys, let me tell you, man, there is the burden on your shoulder as a man is not nearly as heavy as that that's on the shoulders of the women in our lives. All we need to do as men is just be there. And it's got nothing to do with how much money you earn and all that. You don't need money to give your child a hug, man. You know what I mean? You don't need money to walk your child to school. But yeah, I sat here, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about, how much I love being a dad and a father. It's basically the fulfillment of my life. It's I've got other ambitions. I'm busy studying. I've got goals in my career that I'd like to reach. But everything ultimately feeds back into me being a father and a husband. And yeah, it really changes your perspective on things. And also realizing that one day you're not going to be there. You're not going to be there. And all they're going to have is the lessons that you taught them, the memories that you gave them, and the experiences. That's all they're going to have left. That's how they're going to remember you. That's how you're going to live on in your children. And that is why every minute with them matters. And that is why I will never ever be able to relate to a guy and rather want to go spend time with his friends and with his children. I'd rather want to not be at home. That doesn't want the satisfaction of knowing that I am the provider for my children and for my wife. Damn it, I will never be able to relate.